Hi, everybody. I take a lot of pictures and I capture a lot of very odd things in the night. Sometimes during the day, but mostly at night. If I just use an ordinary, 16, and not a powerful camera, just maybe a couple $100 camera with a flash, Kodak, Samsung, whatever, Sony. I've had a variety of cameras. I've gone through a few taking these pictures because some of them were in very, very cold weather. And, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but probably the condensation getting in them or whatever. But anyways, they were just average cameras. They weren't anything spectacular or expensive. So you take these pictures and you load them into your computer and you wonder if they mean anything. You see stuff like this one here and you think, that's garbage, we'll just delete that one. Well, this one here, I'm in a cemetery at night right here, and you'll see that as I adjust the background. And this little guy here, he's about the size of a baseball, and the first time I saw it in my life I was about 6 years old, and it's been with me all my life. And there's 5 others that are with him. And he's virtually always around me. I can go outside almost any night of the day, any evening, and take pictures of any place where I am. It doesn't have to be in my backyard. And either him or all of them will be up there in the air. It's phenomenal. And I don't care whether you believe me or not. I've got tons of pictures to prove it. And I'm very willing to let anybody take them and see if I've messed with them in any way, shape, or form, because they are genuine, and I welcome the scrutiny. So the authenticity of them is more than welcome to be verified by anybody who wants to take the challenge. So what happens when you adjust the contrast on some of these pictures a bit, is that you start seeing that you can see, indeed, I am in a graveyard. There's the little white guy there, and he's moving. And I've adjusted things so it's kind of, these are night lights that are on some of the gravestones. Here's a couple of gravestones, and I'm facing out towards. In the background here. There's a big lake. It's called Porcupine Lake. It's up in South Porcupine, Ontario, Canada. And you think that's the moon, but it's not. The moon is in a whole different angle, and it's not there at all. But when you close in on this thing, you say, "Wow, what the heck's going on there?" So you go in a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, and I'm going to try bringing it down. It's not going to let me bring it down. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this program, but what you're going to see is exposure. I'm going to do a little bit with the exposure here and just move this over a tad right there. Now it's starting to look more and more to me like an eye. I'll just go a little bit more. And a little bit more. This is just adjusting the exposure. It's not altering the pixelation or anything else. And there you see what looks to be an eye, an eyebrow. I don't know. But it doesn't look friendly. Oops. Well, it's gone all the way now. But there it is. And all of a sudden you also see other orbs mixed in. And all this other stuff going on. And these little lights over here, I'm very sure those are, like on top of those little night lights that people put on gravestones over there. So here's my little guy. And here's our original snapshot from down here. And this is what's really going on. There's actually 2 more orbs there, and this creepy looking eye. Now, it might not mean anything, but I just thought it was pretty interesting and might encourage people to take a closer look at what their camera's capturing. I'm going to see if I can pull this in a little bit more. I'll move this over. Pull this in a little bit more. Look at that. And you can see the orbs right here by it. Or oh, there might even be another one right there. But look at that. And what are we seeing all over everything but the all-seeing eye? Watch it go up from nothing. Go back a little bit. Like I said, my computer's old and it's slow, so I'm very grateful for you bearing with me here. So for me, to say that I have all this fancy equipment that I can be manipulating all this stuff with is just insanity. That's a strongest exposure. So you actually see, like, there's something substantial going on here. I don't know what it is, but in that night sky, in this first picture, you don't see it at all. So before people start accusing others of doctoring pictures or, contriving things up, that's up in the graveyard, way, way above the lake. It's probably closer to, an actual location in the sky would have been closer to the James Bay frontier, further north east of me, or where I was at that particular time. So there you have it. You just never know what's in a picture. You can actually, you can almost see a nose down here, like the hint of a nose, but that's one of those orbs. But that's from the graveyard, and we'll reset it right back to normal. That's when I had clarified at one time. This is the original. And this is the one clarified. And then you saw what happens when I move it up a little bit. So, I don't know what you think, but you can take my picture and do it yourself. You're more than welcome to download it. It's registered and dated within my computer as my property, so misuse of it is not a concern of mine. That'd be on you if you do it, but you're more than welcome to analyze it. Have yourself a nice day, and thanks for watching.